Merry Christmas, y'all. Welcome to a Christmas edition of Reminisce and React. I'm your host, Magic Leb, and thank you for joining me on this special episode. Now, normally I would do the whole random thing to find out which 80s song we are going to reminisce to, but because this is a Christmas episode, Christmas special, I handpicked the song beforehand, and there was a lot to choose from, to be honest, but I landed on Wham's Last Christmas. So I chose that because it has a lot of memories, as a kid growing up in the 80s, and from then till now, I still hear this song every year, every Christmas. I still hear this song. Even when you go to bars or clubs during the Christmas period, they're going to play this particular song. I wanted to do some research about it to find out more, but all I can tell you is that it was an 84 track. What more can I say? Sang by Wham. So it was a very iconic type of video, and I like this video because it just brings back so many memories, as a kid growing up in the 80s. It wouldn't be Christmas without hearing this song. There are certain songs or carols that you just can't do without. Just like there are certain movies that you just can't do without. I know Bruce Willis once said that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, but I don't care what he says, it is, because I watch Die Hard every Christmas. I watch the first three because they were all around the Christmas period. You can't say ho ho ho. Wait, sorry. Now I have a machine gun. Ho ho ho. You can't. That just screams Christmas to me. So anyway, let's get down to it. Let us view together Wham Last Christmas. I love his echo voice there. Wow, just look at that hairdo. Poor George Michael. Okay, seriously, I was a child. I was 5 years old when the song came out. Didn't they know that he was gay then? It's so obvious. It's like looking at Boy George. You know what I mean? You look at Boy George, you say gay. People looked at George Michael and they thought, "Oh, the sexiest man ever." Okay, man, okay, he was good looking, but it didn't it didn't enter their mind that he could be gay. Like when I first saw Ricky Martin, alright, I was the first one out of my friends group to say, "That dude's is he gay? Because I think he's gay." And they were all laughing at me, saying, "Dude, this guy is like the hottest guy. He gets pussy all the time." And I was like, "Nah, he's gay." And he goes, "No, he's not gay." And he goes, "What makes you think he's gay?" And I said to them, because he's enjoying dancing with those women. All right? When you're gay, you don't enjoy dancing that much. All right? Because straight men, when they dance with women, they don't have a smile on their face. They look at those women as like they are checking out the women, how they're moving. Because you dance with a woman to see how she's moving, so you know how good or bad you'll be in bed. The man is analyzing. That's why that's why they have these facial expressions when they're dancing with women. They're like, oh. These are sex faces they're making. Ricky Martin was, and I was like, that is gay, because no man enjoys dancing that much, all right? Unless he's a professional dancer, it's different. But no, that's how I knew he was gay. But if I was a teenager in the 80s, I would have said George Michael was gay before he came out. Back to the song. Look at the earrings on both, totally gay. But it doesn't take away the magic of Christmas. Such a colourful decade, wasn't it? See? That shot, you can't tell if he's checking out the girl or if he's checking out his guy. I can see what the director was trying to do here. He was trying to do that Michael Corleone moment when he meets when he's courting Apollonia and he sees her from a distance. He checks her out from one side of the table and she's on the other side of the table. He gives her that look. She gives her that look. Then he smiles and she smiles and then that was I think that's what they were trying to emulate here, but they failed it miserably. Give a thumbs up. The old opacity shot the 80s way. So cliche. But in those days it was like, damn, the thing. Is it me, or do some of these scenes kind of remind you of Dumb and Dumber? You know, when Harry and that girl were enjoying the snow and they were falling down and they were having snowball fights. And then there was a scene where Jim Carrey's fantasy, he sits by the fire. I think this may have this video may have contributed to some of the scenes that they did in Dumb and Dumber and made it extra funny. I'm sure they were laughing at watching this and laughing their asses off. It's like, you know what? We can use some of these segments in Dumb and Dumber. You gotta admit, he had one hell of a voice, George Michael. At least they, in the 80s, they included diversity. They had blacks and whites together. That's cool. Merry Christmas and thank y'all. I mean, that was nice to hear. I mean, I hear it every year, so you know but it's become like a tradition. You know what I mean? And then this was an 80s song. It was a hit. It was very popular, and. It was just good to look back on, you know. And it's George Michael, you know. George Michael, he was, you know, he peaked in the 80s, you know what I mean? from Wham. Then he went solo, and he had because they gotta have faith, the faith, the faith, and he did so well in the early '90s, and he was just great. He was very iconic. He was a very iconic face of the '80s. I'm glad I chose Last Christmas. It just goes to show how magical. Yes, '80s was a cliche time, especially if you look at it from now, but it's still a miraculous and magical time. It was like it was still so innocent. You know what I mean? And they were still experimenting in music videos because music videos started peaking in the '80s. In the '70s, they weren't the kind of music videos they had were just showing artists singing like on stage. You know what I mean? It wasn't really there wasn't like a story or anything to it. That kind of stuff started happening towards the late '70s to the early '80s. That's when they started experimenting and started telling stories. And of course, we all know how Michael Jackson revolutionized music video for life. But it was still great, and you know, it's childhood memories. You can't get rid of it. You know what I mean? And I love the '80s, and I wish I can go back. If I can go back in time, I'll spend a week in the '80s and 2 weeks in the '90s and come back here. So anyway, that's probably why I'm doing this show because I wanna relive this moment. That's why it's called Reminisce and React because we're reacting to what we used to reminisce to what we're reminiscing to today. I'm gonna stop my jibber jabber. I want to thank y'all for joining me on this particular episode of Reminisce and React. And from me to all of you, I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a happy and very, very safe New Year. Thanks for watching and see you next time.